Hello students, my name is Simon Peter and I am working as a science faculty in the Diamond Group of Institution, and today we are going to take the 10th standard first chapter known as chemical reactions and equations. Then the question is, what is chemical reaction means, right? So what is chemical reaction? It is nothing but it is a process in which two or more substances they combine together to form a new product. Whenever the two or more substances they are combining chemically to form a new product is known as the chemical reaction. And what are the qualities of this chemical reaction, or what are the qualities of this new product? First of all, the new product cannot be separated by the physical methods. They are not separated by the physical method, as you already learnt in 9th standard. Which are the physical methods are there? Filtration, centrifugation, evaporation, right? So by this process we cannot reverse. What is reverse means? From which adding the substances, what the product we got, from the product we cannot get again the reactants. And the new product which is formed is completely different from the original product. The new product and the original product, they both are chemically very different. In a chemical reaction, that includes the reactants and the products. What are the reactants? The reactants are the substances which takes part in a chemical reaction. The substances which takes part in a chemical reaction are known as the reactants. And what are the products? These are the new substances produced as a result of a chemical reaction, right? Means we can call the new product as the products, and which are the substances are combining, they are called as the reactants, right? So as an example you can take, when the magnesium, the burning of magnesium in air, it is going to form as the magnesium oxide. If you just know, means when magnesium is burnt in oxide, it is going to give magnesium oxide. So in this side, the magnesium and oxygen both are known as the reactants, and magnesium oxide is known as the product. This product is chemically different from the reactants, and this one is impossible to reverse by the physical method. So then next is, what are the characteristics of a chemical reaction? Means on which factors we can understand that whether the chemical reaction is taking place or not. So these are the characteristics. First of all, change in the state. Change in state. How many states are there? There are 3 states are there. Which are there? Solid, liquid and gas. There are 3 states are there in a matter. Then what change in states also indicates that the chemical reaction is taken place. Just take an example as a wax, right? Nothing but the candle. When you burn the candle, you see that the wax is present in a solid state. After burning the wax, it converts into the liquid state. Then after it will convert into the gaseous state, which will liberate the carbon dioxide. It indicates that the burning of the wax is also an example of a chemical reaction. We can indicate that the chemical reaction is taking place there. Then the second is change in color. So to understand this, we can conduct an experiment afterwards, but take an example of potassium permanganate. When the potassium permanganate is added with the water, just dilute it, the color of the potassium permanganate is purple. When it is added with the lemon, nothing but the citric acid, the potassium permanganate solution changes into the yellow in color. So it indicates that the chemical reaction is taking place. Even the change in color is also one of the example of a chemical reaction is taking place there. Then the third is change in the temperature. So just take the zinc. Zinc is a metal. When the zinc is cut into the small pieces, it is known as the zinc granules. So those zinc granules, nothing but zinc when is added with the dilute sulfuric acid, right? When the zinc is added with dilute sulfuric acid, there is a rise in temperature. There is a rise in temperature, which is also known as the exothermic reaction. Means the change in temperature is also indication that the chemical reaction is taking place. Then evolution of the gas. Even when the two or more substances are combining, if there is evolution of a gas, that's also the indication that the chemical reaction is taking place. I will take the same example. When zinc is added with the dilute sulfuric acid, it's going to give zinc sulfate with the liberation of the hydrogen gas. So which indicates that the evolution of a gas is also a type of chemical reaction. So now the chemical reactions in our daily life. So means in our day-to-day life, how to see that which are the chemical reactions are there. I am giving just some examples like the digestion of the food. The digestion of food is also a chemical reaction which undergoes a chemical reaction with the liberation of the ATP molecule, which is called as the energy also. Respiration. What is the respiration? Respiration nothing but it is the exchange of the gases. Like we inhale the oxygen and we exhale the carbon dioxide. So that also goes through the chemical reaction only. Then about the rusting of the iron. What is the rusting of iron? Nothing but you just keep your bicycle in your backyard. After some days you can see that the metal is going to become brownish in color. That brownish in color only due to the atmospheric gases are reacting with the metal, and that is going to call as a rusting of the iron. Iron is going to get the rust, and nothing but the formation of the curd. We will not get the curd as a direct, but the milk is going to convert into the curd because of only the chemical reaction. Then what are the chemical equations, right? We discuss about what are the chemical reactions. Now we will discuss about what are the chemical equations. Nothing but what is the chemical equation? The representation of chemical reactions using symbols and formulae of the substance with their physical state. Means what we are saying the chemical reaction, that chemical reaction has to be represented in the symbols and the formulas of the substances. If I am saying sodium, it is a word equation, but I have to represent the sodium with the symbol. What is the symbol of a sodium? Na. So the representation of the substances by the symbols is called as the chemical equations. Then what are the methods of writing the chemical equations? Right, I will take one example. A plus B gives the C plus D. The A plus B is nothing but which are presented at the left hand side. The left hand side's substances are known as the reactants, and the right hand side substances are known as the products. Right. What are the reactants? Reactants are the old materials, and what are the products? Products are the new materials. When the reactants combine, they are going to form the product. By writing the chemical equations, we have to even show their physical state also. How? How many physical states are there? 3 physical states are there. That is solid, liquid, and gas also. In a chemical reaction, even we represent the aqueous also. The AQ nothing but it is the aqueous. What is aqueous? Aqueous nothing but it is a part of a reaction in which the substance, the solvent is always the water, right? That is aqueous. And even we represent the plus sign in a chemical equation. What is the plus sign? Indicates in a reactant side, and what the plus sign indicates in a reactant product side. The plus sign in a reactant side indicates that reacts with. Means if the plus sign is there in the reactant side, it shows that, or which tells us that reacts with, means A reacts with B. The plus sign indicates A reacts with B. Then what is the plus sign indicates in a product side? The plus sign in a product side shows that and. Means there are two products are there, how to read? C and D. That is the reason. And if you are representing the triangle is called as a delta, if you are representing this triangle, which means that heat is added in a chemical reaction, and always the sign of heat is added has to be written on the above the arrow mark. And if any substance is writing on the arrow mark, which indicates that it is the catalyst. It is the catalyst. What is the catalyst? Catalyst is a substance which increases or decreases the speed of reaction, but which does not take any part in a chemical reaction. Just example, the formation of the curd will take a longer time. To decrease that time period, I am going to just insert a little bit or 2-3 drops of the lemon juice. It will speed up the reaction. The curd is going to form very speedily, but it doesn't mean that the lemon is part of the chemical reaction. That is the reason the catalyst does not take any part in the chemical reaction. They will increase or decrease the speed of reaction. Now, what are the types of chemical equations? We learnt about what are the chemical equations, then what are the types of these chemical equations. The first one is the word equation. Nothing but if any chemical equation is representing in terms of the words is known as the word equation. Example nothing but sodium metal reacts with chlorine gas to produce sodium chloride. It is the chemical reaction, but the chemical reaction is representing in terms of the word. So like that, chemical equations are known as the word equations. Nothing but sodium reacts with chlorine to form sodium chloride. It is known as the word equation. Then what is skeletal equation? Skeletal equation, if you want to say, means in an easy way, the skeletal equation is also known as the unbalanced equations. They are the unbalanced equations, right? And in which the representation of the substances will be in the symbols. Like I will take the same example. When sodium means Na combines with chlorine Cl2, because the chlorine is present in a diatomic form, it is going to form as the sodium chloride. If you check here, there are two molecules of chlorine are there, but in a product side there is only one molecule of chlorine is there. Means it is the unbalanced equation. The unbalanced equation is known as the skeletal equation. Then what is meant by skeletal equation with the phase? Same. If the skeletal equation What do you take an example? This one only. If the skeletal equation is represented, each substance is represented by their physical state, that is known as a skeletal equation with the phase. Same example we will take here also. Sodium. What is sodium? Sodium is a metal. Metals are solid, as solid. Then reacts with chlorine. What is a chlorine? Chlorine is a gas. It is a gas. They are going to form as a sodium chloride. Sodium chloride again a solid. Means if you are representing the substances with their physical symbols, that is known as the skeletal equation with the phase. Then balanced chemical equation. Again, the both chemical equations are unbalanced. If you are going to balance them, it is going to call as the balanced chemical equations. Same, take example, sodium plus chlorine gives sodium chloride. So here 2 molecules of chlorine is there in a reactant side, but there is a 1 molecule of chlorine is there in the product side. If you want to make, as it is a balanced, I will take the 2 in a sodium side and also 2 in the product side. Now you can check it is a balanced chemical equation. The steps of balancing chemical equations. What the steps are there? The first step is draw the boxes around each the formulae. So we'll take example as hydrogen reacts with oxygen to form water. Take a small example. So draw the boxes around the substances, the formula of the each substances. It is the first step. So what is the reason of drawing the boxes around the formula of the substance? Is nothing but you cannot change anything in the box. Means you cannot add or subtract the hydrogen, the 2 molecules of hydrogen or the 2 molecules of oxygen and 2 molecules of hydrogen in the product side. What we have to do, you have to just change the coefficients, right? You have to just add and subtract only in the coefficient side only. Only you can add, not going to subtract. So that is the first a step of balancing the equation. Then what is the second step? The second step is count the atoms on each side of the equation, right? I will take the one more time the same equation. Hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water, right? So these are reactants and this is the product. Now count how many atoms are there in reactant as well as product side. So this side I am writing the reactant sides and this side I am writing the product side. Count hydrogen, there are 2 hydrogens are there in the reactant side. Oxygen also 2 is there, but in the product side hydrogen are 2 but the oxygen is 1. So this is the second step. In the step 3, see that which is the maximum number. Already all the 2 is the maximum number in all the side, but you can check that there is oxygen is only 1. Then how much should I add to make it as 2? Multiplied by 2. Oxygen becomes 2. Means I have to add 2 in the product side because the oxygen is 1 in the product only. So I will just add 2. So when we will add the 2, though the oxygen becomes 2, but hydrogen becomes here 4. 2 2s are 4. But in a reactant side, hydrogen is 2 only. Then how much should I multiply? I have to multiply it by again 2. It becomes 4. So this is called as the balanced chemical equation or the steps of balancing the chemical equation. Now take one more example of how to balance the chemical equations. When iron reacts with water, it will form the liberation of hydrogen gas. Just take it as one more chemical reaction. Then how to balance this one? First, you know how to insert the boxes, or you can make directly. Check the number of, or count the number of atoms in both left hand side and the right hand side. Fe, iron, how many are there? 1. Hydrogen, there are 2 hydrogens are there here. Oxygen, there is only 1 oxygen is there. Then in product side, iron, there are 3 irons are there. Hydrogen, 2 hydrogens are there, and oxygen, there are 4 oxygens are there. Right. Means we counted how many atoms are present in the reactant as well as at the product side. Now check, to balance the oxygen, in a product side there are 4 oxygens are there, but in a reactant side there is only 1 oxygen is there. Means how much should I multiply to get it as a 4? You have to multiply by 4, it is going to get 4. Means multiply the reactant side oxygen by the 4. Right. Means oxygen is balanced. Which are remaining now? The remaining is the hydrogen and the iron. We will balance one by one. The hydrogen. As you see that when I multiplied by 4, the hydrogen here becomes in a reactant size as 4 to the 8. There are 8 hydrogens are there here. But in a product side there is 2 hydrogen is there. Means how much should I multiply? I have to multiply by 4 again to get as 8. Means add the 4 as coefficient in product side. Now both hydrogen and oxygens are balanced. Now remaining is only the iron. There are 3 irons are there in the product side. There is only 1 iron is there. Means how much should I multiply? I have to multiply by 3. So 3. So this is the balanced chemical equation. So now even in the examination, what he will do? He will ask the word equation and he will tell just balance this equation, chemical equation. Then how to balance the word equation? Simple. It is a word equation. First of all, you have to convert it into the skeletal equation. Write the word equation in the skeletal form. Sodium reacts with water. It forms sodium hydroxide with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Right. Count how many number of atoms are there in both the reactant side as well as the product side. Right. So here 2 hydrogens are there. Here 3 hydrogens are there. Right. So just here only 1 sodium is there and 1 oxygen is there. 1 sodium, 1 oxygen. But to balance it I have to multiply here by the 2, because there are 3 hydrogens are there. I have to multiply by 2. Now the hydrogen becomes here 4, right? But the hydrogen here are 3 only, so I have to multiply again here by 2. 2 hydrogen becomes 4, but the sodium becomes here 4 and oxygen becomes, sodium becomes 2, oxygen becomes again 1. Sodium are here only 1, I have to multiply by 2. Now you can check 2 sodium, 4 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. 2 sodium, 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. Now it is called as a balanced chemical equation. Now the types of chemical reactions. Right. The first type is chemical combination reaction. Right. What does it mean by chemical combination reaction? The combination word indicating already that there is a combination is there, combining is there, right? It is the reaction or the reaction in which 2 or more reactants combine to form a single product. Means 2 or more reactants, they are combining together and they are forming a single product. The product should be single. Just take an example. When A and B reactants, they combine together to form a single product as AB, where A and B are the reactants and AB is the product. So this type of the reactions are known as chemical combination reaction. Just take an example of burning of coal. right? How the coal is burnt? When carbon is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it is going to give carbon dioxide, right? Means there are two reactants are there, they are combining together and the product is forming only one. This type of reaction is known as chemical combination reaction. One more example, the formation of water. Formation of water. How the water is formed? The water is formed by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Both hydrogen and oxygen are the gases. They combine together and they will form the water, which is liquid. So this also the example of chemical combination reaction. Then the third example is formation of salt, right? How the salt is formed? When sodium reacts with chlorine, it gives sodium chloride. So in any reaction, if there is two or more products reactants are there and they are combining to form a single product, they all are the single product. So this type of reactions are known as chemical combination reaction. The second type is decomposition reaction, right? Decomposition reaction nothing but it is the opposite or the reverse of the chemical combination reaction also. What is the decomposition reaction? So what happened in the chemical combination reaction? Two or more substances, they are combined together and they are forming a single product. But in a decomposition reaction, it is a reverse reaction, right? A single product is decomposed to form two or more new substances, right? The reaction in which single product or a compound splits into two or more substances is called as the chemical decomposition reaction. Means just I take example, AB splits into the C plus T, or we can call, right? So this is known as decomposition reaction. There are three types of decomposition reactions are there. The first one is thermal decomposition, second is electrolytic decomposition, and the third is photolysis decomposition. The first one is thermal decomposition. The mean therm means heat. Right? Thermal decomposition nothing but when decomposition is carried out by heating. If a heat is involved in decomposing of a product or the single product is known as the thermal decomposition. Just take example, when calcium carbonate is heated, right, it is going to split into the calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So this is known as thermal decomposition. Second is known as electrolytic decomposition. Electrolytic nothing but it is the electricity. When water is passed by electric current, it splits up into the hydrogen and oxygen. Means if the decomposition is carried out by passing of electric current is known as electrolytic decomposition. The third type is photolysis decomposition. The photo nothing but the photo word is nothing but sunlight. Means if any decomposition takes place in the presence of the sunlight is nothing but the photolysis decomposition. I just take an example. When silver chloride is kept in the presence of the sunlight, it is going to split into the silver and chlorine. So that kind of the decomposition is known as photolysis decomposition.